call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Campbell.
Here.
Dempsey. Here. Fournier.
Here.
Hammond.
Here.
Crap.
Here.
Voorhees.
Here.
We will move on to announcements, acknowledgements, communications, and reports. I don't see anything listed on the agenda, but does anybody have anything at this time? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to adoption of the agenda.
Mayor Kraft, I move that we approve the agenda as presented.
Support.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Hammond.
Yes.
Crap.
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Okay, this is the portion of the meeting where we ask the public to address the commission if they so wish. We will start with those in person and then we'll move to a Zoom call. We ask that you give us your full name, your residential address, and you abide by our 3-minute rule. If anyone would like to address the commission at this time, we invite you to the microphone.
Eric Rick, 1689 Hampton, Mount Clemens. With regard to the CDBG, the block grants, I would very much encourage putting that money where it can do the most good for Mount Clemens and in programs where it can make a meaningful impact instead of being a drop in the bucket. I think focusing on recreation here in the city is a good idea because that is going to help bring in more people, more young families and couples, and continue making this a more and more attractive place for people to move into and for Mount Clemens folks to remain. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else at this time who would like to address the commission? Okay.
Hi, my name's Catalina Garvey. I live at 236 Cass Avenue, and I have some material I'd like to pass.
Sure,
up if I can.
that's fine, yep.
Good evening. As I said, my name's Catalina Garvey. I'm the operations coordinator at Care House, as well as a proud resident of this city. Care House is the Macomb County Child Advocacy Center.
Catalina, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, are we not?
No, you are, but we have a public hearing for
I'm so
it.
sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay.
So we'll get back to you. Okay. All right. Is there anyone else like to address the commission at this time?
I don't know.
I don't know. Just take it. Go ahead.
Mickey Weiss, 18200 Terra Drive, Clinton Township. First of all, I want to invite everyone to come into town this Thursday. It's going to be 52 degrees for our chili cook-off. We have 9 different bars that will be participating in that. It's a fundraiser for the Anton Art Center as well as the Good Fellows. I also like to make an announcement that our Fire and Ice Show, we are going to postpone Friday's event because it's going to be 45 degrees and raining all day, and the carvers cannot use their power tools, and it compromises the ice. So I had a meeting with them this morning, and we will be here Saturday morning early, 9 o'clock, and we'll get everything set up, and they will carve longer on Saturday and carve longer on Sunday as well. The temperature is supposed to drop to 27 on Friday night and stay at 31 for Saturday and Sunday, so it'll be more conducive to having an ice show. But I just want to make sure that everyone knows, and please, if you can, go on your social media or any platform you use and help us spread the word. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in person who would like to address the commission at this time?
Thomas Barnes, 291 Jones Street. I just wanted to give a brief update of some of the programs that are currently happening at the Currents Community Center, just some noteworthy things that are going on. Monday nights, we have our youth indoor soccer practice from 6 to 9 p.m. Monday is their practice night, and then on Wednesday is the game night. So all members of our community can feel free to come to the Kearns Community Center, eat some free popcorn, and watch a bunch of kids run around and kick soccer balls. Please beware, because they do fly. You might catch one in your nachos. So, so please be well aware of that. Tuesday night, we have the Old and Young Alumni Association of Mount Clemens that offers their hustle and ballroom classes. It is $2 per class, and it is open to the entire community. On Thursday night, we have our women's drop-in volleyball from 6 to 8 p.m. This is absolutely free offering to all of the women in Mount Clemens. Last year, for those of you who don't know, last year was the 50-year anniversary of the Title IX legislation that brought us women's equity both in athletics and in education. So in honor of the 50-year memory of Title IX, we started this Thursday women's open play volleyball. So for all you moms that don't like walking at Planet Fitness on the treadmill and you want to make friends and get out and get some exercise, Thursday is your night. 6 to 8, only women in the building. Friday is our partnership with the Metro Detroit YMCA. We do free play from 6 p.m. until 7:30. This is a free program open to every child in the city of Mount Clemens. You can sign up for these programs at www.breakingbarriers.io. On Saturday mornings, we partnered with Vid Green's organization. For those of you who know, Vid was a hero to Mount Clemens. He started the Macomb County Cougars. We are offering a youth developmental basketball camp series. It's 8 basketball camps for only $50. It's open to every kid. Last Saturday was the first Saturday of the camp. So registration will end this Saturday for all of the kids. This is open to kids 8 to 13 years old. And on Sunday from 10 a.m. till noon is our Biddy basketball program for kids 3 to 6 years old. It is taught by our partner, Eric Mack, with Family Matters Sports and Activities. From 1 to 4 p.m. is our men's open basketball run. It is $5 per person. All of the proceeds go back to benefit the Everybody Eats scholarship put on by our very own Matthew King. And then from 5 to 7 p.m. is open mat wrestling for all the kids of Mount Clemens. You are all invited and is absolutely free. So that's it. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
General McCants, 550 Clinton River Drive. All right, as the city know, we got a problem with these nasty geese. What can we do? Deter them. They don't even go south no more. There was, we had a problem here years ago with the pigeon downtown. We did something. Hopefully we can kind of revamp that and see what and do something. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? All right, seeing none, do we have anybody on Zoom? No one on Zoom. Okay. Well, then we will move on the agenda to administrative responses to issues or questions raised during previous meetings. Do we have anything? There was nothing from last meeting. Okay, excellent. We'll move on to approval of minutes. I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the city commission meeting minutes for January 17th, 2023.
Support.
Anybody have any questions or comments about the minutes? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Fournier? Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Okay, moving on to general business. We will now move to the CDBG 2023 public hearing. I'll entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
Move to open the public hearing for the allocation of CDBG funding for fiscal year 2023.
Support.
Anybody have any questions or comments about opening the public hearing? Call the roll, please.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Okay. At this time, we can hear from Mr. Shipman, and then we will go ahead and hear from each of the partners.
All right. The city may allocate up to $13,700 in community development block grant funds for fiscal year 2023 from the Macomb Urban County Program for Public Service Organizations. A total of $21,838 was requested by 5 nonprofit organizations. Advancing Macomb requested $5,600, Care House requested $6,000, Interfaith Volunteer Caregivers requested $888. McRest requested $3,780. Turning Point, $2,500. Hearts for Homes, $2,500. And the City of Mount Clemens Recreation requested $6,200. In addition, the city may apply for up to 2 capital projects, each with a maximum request of $150,000. As the city was selected for a project in 2022, we are not a high priority for 2023. These projects must occur in census tract block groups that are primarily residential and will benefit those residents, a majority of which must be considered low or moderate income persons. The purpose of this public hearing is to seek input from residents and nonprofit organizations on how these funds should be spent. Included is the list of nonprofit applications that have been pre-approved by the county, as well as the request from Mount Clemens Recreation.
Okay, excellent. So at this time, we have a public hearing open, so we can hear anyone who would like to speak from the public or these organizations, but specifically about this funding allocation for CDBG money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, committee members. My name is Sheila McCann. I'm a volunteer coordinator, Interfaith Volunteer Caregivers. For 30 years, our organization has been providing free basic assistance to hundreds of frail, older, physically challenged adults, helping them remain safely in their homes with over 200 volunteers. Such assistance has been helping older and disabled adults with transportation, chores, respite breaks, errands, and loneliness. These opportunities provide fulfilling experiences for those who wish to volunteer, as well as support those in need. With the number of older adults in Macomb County rapidly increasing, the need for support will continue to do so well into the future. The CDBG Safe at Home project of IVC is a part of our larger chore and repair program for older and disabled adults. The project was developed to provide additional chore and repair services in the communities that allocate funding for this purpose. The project allows us to assist low and moderate income seniors and physically challenged adults with indoor and outdoor chores, minor home repairs, routine housekeeping. We identify individuals who cannot do these tasks on their own and with limited resources and prioritize those in greatest need. We are requesting the CDBG funds to increase the number of low-income citizens we can reach to grow our program, as well as coordinate the volunteers who do these services. Like all nonprofits right now, our income has taken a hit as we've been unable to hold our normal fundraising events. In 2022, we were able to serve almost 470 clients, with almost 200 being served through the Safe at Home program. With the funding year half over, we have already almost doubled this amount completed task compared to the number projected. We are confident it is due to the additional CDBG funding. While we have been able to support a few residents of Mount Clemens over the years, we would love to expand our support, including the Safe at Home project, further into the community. With funding received from Mount Clemens for this current program year, we are working to offer this important support service to Mount Clemens residents. We hope for continued funding for the 2023-2024 program year so that we can continue to build momentum and offer these services to more of those in need in the future. We are requesting the CDBG funding this upcoming year so we can maintain a pattern of increasing the number of tasks completed to help the residents of Mount Clemens. The appreciation for the assistance is heartwarming from the seniors, such as a woman who was helped to install a new toilet when she didn't have one that functioned. Another senior who helped decluttered her home and took the donations to Salvation Army and St. Vincent de Paul's. Other examples of help through this project may be replacing locks, washing windows, and installing smoke alarms. With the CDBG funding, the project can grow and assist and can be granted to a variety of lower-income Mount Clemens senior citizens and disabled adults. Thank you for your consideration. Any dollar amount is granted is greatly appreciated, and we thank you for the funds that you granted us last year. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's fine. Thank you, Sheila.
Good evening. My name is Catalina Garvey. I'm the Operations Coordinator at Care House as well as a proud resident of the city. Care House is the Macomb County Child Advocacy Center. Our main office is located right here in the heart of downtown Mount Clemens. We also have a satellite office located in Warren. Care House is the only agency in Macomb County providing comprehensive services for child victims of sexual abuse, physical abuse, or children who have witnessed a violent act, as well as their non-offending family members. Our goal is to minimize trauma for child victims of abuse and to support the child victim and non-offending family members throughout the investigation and prosecution and beyond. Care House is an accredited member of the National Children's Alliance and one of over 800 in the United States. We collaborate with all law enforcement jurisdictions in Macomb County, as well as the FBI, Homeland Security, and Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, Children's Protective Services, the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office, and medical and mental health professionals. Care House offers intervention and support services for child victims and their parents, intervening to promote healing and helping families to cope with the emotional stress and trauma that is caused by not only the acts of abuse, but also by the investigative process. Our services include coordination of forensic interviews, crisis counseling, child safety assessments, parent and child support groups, trauma-focused therapy sessions, family advocacy, access to forensic medical examinations, assistance with transportation to therapy appointments, referrals to other needed community services. As the designated counsel in Macomb County for the Michigan Children's Trust Fund, Care House also offers child abuse prevention information, education, and training for professionals and to the community at large. Families are never charged for the services they receive at Care House. I'm also proud to report that according to our most recent independent financial audit, over 89 cents of every dollar that comes to Care House is specifically devoted to serving children and families in our community. Almost 3 kids in every Michigan classroom and over 20,000 of all the children right here in Macomb County today are living with the trauma of sexual abuse. These numbers are surely much higher than the best estimates because most children never tell. Sadly, living with sexual abuse is a reality for children of every race, gender, and economic status. Many of the parents who bring their child to Care House have shared that they experienced sexual abuse themselves as a child and never told anyone or received support to help them heal from their trauma. If a child chooses you to share their disclosure, please recognize how hard it was for him or her to gather the courage to tell someone about their abuse. Although it is hard to hear a child's story of abuse, your initial reaction is very important. Don't show shock or horror, but support the child and acknowledge that his or her courage in speaking out. Always report any suspicions of abuse. It is the responsibility of adults to keep kids safe. A few statistics I'd like to share. Since our opening in 1996, we've conducted over 10,000 child forensic interviews, with 305 of those children residing in the city of Mount Clemens. In 2021, we provided 728 forensic interviews. 15 of those children reside in Mount Clemens. Last year, in 2022, we conducted 704 forensic interviews, and 10 of those children reside here in Mount Clemens. So far, we've seen 1 child from Mount Clemens this year. We depend on support from the community to provide a voice for child victims and a safe place for them to be heard, and we are very grateful for your past support. We respectfully request your consideration for funding this upcoming year in the amount of $6,000 to support services for 10 qualifying low to middle income child victims and their families that reside in Mount Clemens. Of course, we would be grateful for any amount you are able to allocate to us. For more information about Care House, we invite you to visit our website at www.mccarehouse.org and to follow us on Facebook. Thank you for your time and consideration, and if you have any questions, I'll answer them now. No? Thank you.
Good evening, Commission. I see Mayor Kropp and Commissioner Dempsey got the memo about the animal print.
Yeah.
Great. I'm here tonight. Advancing Macomb is a 501c3 nonprofit that connects and convenes resources to enhance quality of life in Macomb County. We support nonprofit organizations, and we're working diligently to try to grow the pie. So I know it's a difficult position and challenge to be in when resources are limited and the need is greater than the funding source. But I'm here tonight as the fiduciary and fiscal sponsor for Breaking Barriers to Play recreation program. The program is built on the belief that every child, regardless of location, income, or ability, should have access to fun, high-quality recreation programming. It's a cost-sharing approach to bring back in-town recreation for all youth and a win-win for municipalities and nonprofit organizations. Just since August of 2022, we've had over 400 youth participate in this program. 138 are from Mount Clemens and have participated in a range of programs. Tommy already explained some of them, including basketball, soccer, kickball, as well as healthy eating classes and life skills for middle schoolers. 43 of our participants completed income affidavits since August 2022 and qualified as low to moderate income, giving them a scholarship to participate at no cost. For 2023, we are asking for reimbursement for 25 participants, and that's totaling $5,600. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sharice Williams, Resident Case Manager with Turning Point Shelter Program. Turning Point has been providing a safe place for families fleeing violence since 1980. Between July 1st, 2021 and June 30th, 2022, the Emergency Shelter Program provided 251 shelter bed nights to 12 Mount Clemens residents. Across other agency programs, Turning Point served 108 Mount Clemens residents. Turning Point's Emergency Shelter Program is a safe haven for survivors of domestic and sexual violence. It provides immediate safety, crisis intervention, and resources to families trying to establish basic safety. The project is a multifaceted approach to ending the cycle of violence in families. Turning Point's 2 shelter case managers meet with every new survivor within 24 hours of their arrival to develop an individualized plan based on their goals. They also work on a plan for safety, housing, and financial stability. This plan can include literacy, immigration, credit repair, supportive counseling for domestic and sexual violence after leaving shelter. The Emergency Shelter Case Management Program has developed collaborations and linkages to multiple systems, organizations, businesses, and churches that can help domestic violence victims maintain their safety when leaving shelter. There is a strong evidence which states that improving survivors' knowledge of and access to community resources leads to a higher quality of life and less risk of reabuse over time. Resource building serves as a protective factor that enhances women's safety over time. Turning Point continues to provide comprehensive services to children while in shelter and after they leave. Children in shelter receive crisis support, educational assistance, safety planning, recreational activities that are 7 days a week. Many children keep in contact with us for months after leaving shelter. A child crisis advocate works with the children and teens in shelter to be able to follow them after they leave shelter and continue offering individual and group supportive services. Turning Point Shelter Facility is completely handicap accessible, has increased educational, indoor and outdoor play area for children and teens, private sleeping and bathroom facilities, multi-purpose room that functions as a dining room and family activity area, private dedicated counseling spaces, and spaces for other nonprofits to be on site to deliver their services. Turning Point is requesting $2,500 to fund shelter meals, basic needs, crisis intervention, case management, child care, program advocacy, support, and information groups. Thank you for your time and consideration. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Okay, all right. I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing. Oh, okay. Yep, go right ahead.
Hi. My name is Jenna Berenson, and I live in Chippewa. I don't know if I can address whatever or just only that subject.
Well, right now we're talking about the funding
Okay,
for
never
community,
mind that.
but at the end of the meeting, we'll have another public hearing. Is there anyone at this time who, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Kropp, I move that we
Thank
close
you.
the public hearing and the allocation of CDBG funding for the fiscal year 2023.
Support.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Before we do.
Okay.
Clemens Recreation Planning, what was the story behind that? Was there a specific purpose for those funds, or?
They are outlined, I think,
Yeah,
from senior
it's
services.
in your packet.
It's
but
in your
it-
packet.
I just think we should talk about that too,
Yes.
since it is.
It's senior citizen programming, but Brian's gonna, you got anything to add beyond that, Brian, or?
It was going to be used to offset senior citizen recreational opportunities.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Anybody else have any other questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Mayor Kraft,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Okay, and we'll just mention that at the following meeting, at the next meeting in this 21st of February, we will then have a discussion and we will allocate our CDBG funding. So we didn't want to just leave everybody hanging there who's wondering if we're gonna talk further about it. So we'll move on to general business B. Second public hearing on special assessment for downtown maintenance program. I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Kropp, I move to open the public hearing on the special assessment for the downtown maintenance program.
Support.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments about opening the public hearing? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes. Mr. Shipman?
The first public hearing on the special assessment for downtown maintenance program was held on December 19th, 2022. The second public hearing is scheduled for this evening, February 6, 2023. The purpose of the first hearing was to address the necessity for the project. The purpose of the second hearing is to review and confirm the special assessment roll as prepared by the city assessor.
All right, so this is, again, a public hearing, and we can hear from the public about the special assessment for the downtown maintenance program. If there's anyone who would like to address the commission about that, we welcome you to the microphone. Okay, well, all right, you seeing none, no rush to the microphone, we'll go ahead and I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Mayor Kropp, I move that we close the public hearing on the special assessment for the downtown maintenance program.
Do we have a support?
Support.
Anybody have any questions or comments?
No.
All right, call the roll, please.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Okay, moving along to general business 9C, the drinking water assessment management grant
Mayor
agreement.
Kropp, I think we have to move to
Oh, geez,
confirm
sorry.
the special assessment.
Yes.
Jumping ahead. All right,
all right.
I'll entertain that one.
I'll move that we confirm the special assessment roll number 22-08.
Support.
All right, now do we have any questions or comments on that one? All right, hearing none, call the roll, please.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crab,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
All right, now I'll move us along to the drinking water asset management grant agreement, and I will entertain a motion.
I move the city enter into the drinking water asset management grant agreement and authorize Leonard Bertrand to execute the same and any and all other documents necessary to effectuate the same.
Support.
Okay, Mr. Shipman?
I'm happy to announce that Mount Clemens has been awarded a drinking water asset management grant in the amount of $416,802. The funds will be used for water service material investigation, the gate valve turning program, and a 25% reimbursement for the new Vector truck scheduled to be delivered in June 2023. I want to thank our Utilities Director, Leonard Bertrand, and Ashley Casey of AEW Engineering for submitting and procuring this grant. The grant does require a signed agreement between the city and the state of Michigan. The agreement has been reviewed by the city attorney and attached for your review.
Okay, are there any questions or comments?
I have a question.
Yep.
In short, just general, what is water service material investigation? I did read the whole thing, and I was still confused.
Lenny, you want to comment on that?
As part of Michigan's lead and copper rules, we have to go to 360 randomly selected houses in Mount Clemens and drill a hole over their water stop box and take pictures and investigate what their material is coming off of our main and going into their house.
Okay, I thought that had something to do with that. So you picked 360 at random?
It's just random houses, yeah.
Throw it all in a basket and pull the names?
Yep, it was kind of done through using a computer in our GIS system. It just started picking them.
Okay.
So,
All right, thank you.
yep.
All right, is there any other questions or comments?
Just, excuse me.
Yeah.
All those homes did get letters, right, Len?
We're doing this in-house, so we're doing it in groups of 30. So like, we're just going to the second group right now, so there's only been 60 letters sent out so far.
Because it's been a hot topic on Facebook.
Yeah, it's,
Yes.
they're all gonna get them, but we kind of started in Seminole Hills because it's at a
Right.
corner, and we're just moving through, and once we get them done, then we'll send out another 30, and
But they'll get a letter before they get
They-
like
they always-
mistig flags or
yep,
anything.
they get the letter.
They get the letter after the
Before we send
fact.
in
Yeah,
mistakes.
I think.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, excellent. You know how that goes. All right, is there any questions, other questions? All right, hearing none, call the roll, please.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crab,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Okay. We'll move on to item D, adopt resolution urging Oakland County to reduce combined sewer overflows. Do I have a motion?
I move to adopt a resolution urging Oakland County to reduce combined sewer overflows and discharges into Macomb County.
Support.
Mr. Shipman?
Combined sewer overflows are routinely discharged by Oakland County's George W. Kuhn Retention Basin into the Red Run Drain in Macomb County. More than 1 million gallons of raw sewage from 17 communities in Oakland County was discharged from the George W. Kuhn Retention Basin into the Red Run Drain in Macomb County in 2021. Discharges by Oakland County into the Red Run Drain have totaled billions of gallons over the years, which reached the Clinton River and eventually Lake St. Clair, harming water quality, the environment, property values, and it impacts the economy. Several communities in Macomb County have passed resolutions in support of an initiative backed by the Macomb County Public Works Commissioner to urge Oakland County to make investments to reduce sewage discharges and flooding in Macomb County. These investments include the separation of combined sewer systems, installation of devices creating an in-system storage of wastewater, improved stormwater management, and an expansion of the George W. Kuhn Retention Basin. It is important to join our neighboring communities in this initiative, urging Oakland County to make the changes necessary to protect Macomb County and the environment.
Anybody have any questions or comments? All right, call the roll, please.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Item E, adopt the local governing body resolution for charitable gaming licenses for the Macomb County Historical Society. I'll entertain a motion.
I move to adopt the local governing body resolution for charitable gaming licenses for the Macomb County Historical Society.
Support.
Okay, Mr. Shipman.
The Macomb County Historical Society has served the Mount Clemens community since 1965 by preserving and honoring the rich history of Mount Clemens. The MCHS, located at 15 Union Street, operates the Crocker House Museum and Gardens. The mission of the MCHS is to provide educational experience to the public through historical artifact collections, exhibits, publications, and programs. The MCHS also participates in several citywide activities and events. The major fundraising activity of the MCHS is a raffle held at the annual Pottery Luncheon. In order to hold the raffle, the MCHS must be recognized as a nonprofit organization by resolution of the Mount Clemens City Commission. The MCHS has been identified by the Internal Revenue Service as a 501c3 organization since 1974.
Okay, does anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, call the roll, please.
Mayor Crop,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to approval of purchases and payments of invoices.
Move to approve purchases and payment of invoices as presented.
Support.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, call the roll, please.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop.
Yes. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda.
Move to approve consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Not like anyone, Bueller. Call the roll, please.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
And now the city manager's report.
The city purchased the property located at 163 Court Street through the county's tax foreclosure proceedings in September 2022. The dilapidated structure has since been demolished, with the final site restoration to take place this spring. The adjacent neighbor has made an offer to purchase the vacant lot from the city, which will be brought to the commission at a future meeting for consideration. The form for the new fee-free ACH option to pay water bills is available in the treasurer's office or conveniently on the city website. Just click Bill Pay on the home page. This form will need to be filled out and signed by the authorized person and returned to the treasurer's office. For more information, stop in or call 586-469-6800, extension 2. Ready to get out on the town? Leave the driving and parking to us, while traveling stress-free via motor coach to your favorite destinations. Board our bus to Zender's of Frankenmuth for the Ragtime Festival, or journey to the Fox Theater with your little one to see Bluey's Big Play live on stage. Overnight outings to Philadelphia, Mackinac Island, and more are in this winter's lineup. Sporting events, historic trips, family outings, and more are on the horizon as offerings expand. You can enroll online at mountclemensrecreation.org or in person at the community center from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. On February 9th, the 16th annual Chili Cook-Off fundraiser will be held from 6:30 to 9 p.m. You can purchase your scorecard from any of the participating restaurants so we can vote on who has the best chili in downtown Mount Clemens. All proceeds from ticket purchases are split evenly between the Anton Art Center and the Mount Clemens Goodfellows. And an update from our Mickey Weiss, the annual ice carving show will be held downtown, where you can watch live carving demonstrations, and warm up with some hot chocolate and explore all our shops have to offer. So it sounds like, Mickey, those dates will now be the Saturday, the 11th through Sunday, the 12th. And I have those listed on the 11th from noon to 4 and the 12th from noon to 3. But it sounds like those hours may change.
That would extend the carving hours.
It's going to start at noon still?
9.
We're probably going to start, well, we're going to be unloading and placing at 9 in
Okay.
the morning, so people can start coming at 10.
9 till dark, how about that?
Anybody have any questions or comments for Mr. Shipman? All right, we will move on to our second opportunity for the public to address the commission. All that we ask is that you come to the microphone, give us your full name, your residential address, and abide by our 2-minute rule. We'll start with anyone who's in public, with us in public, and then we'll go to our Zoom meeting.
Hello, Ruthie Stevenson, 69 Bain Street. I need a point of clarification. Is Carnes Center part of the city recreation program? Well, you know, I took umbrage back in, was it January, December, when an article came out and they talked about, you know, things that was happening in Mount Clemens, but you only had 2 locations in there. Carnes was not in there. And when I look at this city recreation, you have a picture of the one on Grossbeck, you have a picture of the one at Wilson School, but all you have is Carnes Community Center, 58 Orchard. Nothing in this has anything to do with Carnes Community Center. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm wondering, is Carnes part of the city recreation program? And I look at the sign on the corner. It does not talk about any of the programs at Carnes or anything like that. And when the gentleman just stated about the senior citizens thing as part of the funding or whatever, how is that money going to be divided? Is it just going into the recreation program, and is it going to be at all of the recreation centers? I just need some clarification, because the way this looks, Carnes is not part of any of the programs, and Carnes has been running programs for months. Now, like I say, I need clarification.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. Anyone else?
My name is Janet Berenson, and I live on 989 Chippewa. And we were here back in December, and this was regarding that dog ordinance that we were hoping that it was going to be brought up in January. And we haven't heard anything, and I talked to Denise, and she said to ask today and see what was going on. And I'm sure that you can remember how cold it was on the 23rd of December, and it was a total mess in the house next door and the house around there. Dogs wailing and everything. We called everyone. No one responded to any of our calls, any of our messages. We sent pictures. We called the city hall. No one responded to anything. And I even left a message with Chief Randazzo. Nothing. And meanwhile, we had no other recourse than to call the police again. And they came over. They looked at the place. I don't know what they did with those dogs. I think they stuck them in their garage or something. And it was a pretty tragic, horrible Christmas for the people around there. And I was calling Denise at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., because we didn't know what to do. That was one. And then part 2, this person also has these gigantic reflectors reflecting in the windows. So Miranda, who lives there and has these lights shining at her house, neighbors had to close the curtains. She went to she called City Hall, and she was told that there was no limit on the lumens on the lights. So you can pretty much put a big spotlight in your backyard and land a helicopter, and it's okay in Mount Clemens, because you can put all the lumens that you want. Which I talked to Denise, and Denise said that didn't sound correct, and to ask again. So my question is about what are you allowed to light up in your backyard, and about the dog
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Anyone on Zoom? Okay, all right. Then we will move on to commissioners' comments. We will start with Commissioner Voorhees.
Mayor Kopp, I had the wonderful occasion to go downtown this past Saturday to get a cup of coffee at Black Cat. I could not find a parking space. It was wonderful. There was people downtown, they were walking around. It was great. It was like the old days with First National, when we opened on Saturday and everybody was downtown. It was perfect. Greg brought up about the water bills. I took advantage of that. You just sign a form, you do they're able to do a direct debit out of your checking account. No stamps, no envelopes, no coming down to City Hall to bother your wife. So take advantage of that, especially since we're doing monthly water bills. I think it will be to your advantage. And once a Clemite, always a Clemite.
Thank you.
And you were right, I was down here too, but I parked on Main Street. There was a group of us down for breakfast, and then we wandered.
It was
through
great.
town. It was. It was very
great.
nice. It was very nice. I just want to invite everybody to the Cracker House fundraiser, which is Tables Across America, the Pottery Luncheon. It is April 15th, and it will be at Shelby Gardens, which is out on Van Dyke, from 11 to 2. And you can call the Cracker House for any information if you're interested in setting a table, if you're interested in bringing a group, buying tickets. The number is 586-465-2488. And this is our major fundraiser, so we'd appreciate it if we could get a lot of support, since, like everybody else has said, after the last couple of years, it's been very difficult for all of the nonprofits, and that includes people like the Art Center and the Cracker House. So we're trying again to see if we can resurrect this, so we hope to see everybody. Thank you.
April 15th.
Pardon?
April 15th.
April 15th.
Laura's least favorite day.
That's right. Never even thought of that,
Laura. Thank you. Commissioner Fournier.
Looking forward to seeing as many people as we can downtown this weekend. It's actually a great opportunity to, given that the weather isn't too cold, to support two very worthy organizations, the Art Center and the Goodfellows. And I look forward to seeing everyone there.
Thank you.
And I'll try to get my tax returns all done so that I can go to the pottery luncheon.
Thank you. Commissioner Hammond.
With Valentine's Day right around the corner, several local Mount Clemens restaurants are offering special Valentine's Day specials. So get a chance to make reservations with a restaurant here in Mount Clemens. And also, in honor of Black History Month, the next time you use any navigational system or software like Google Maps, we want to thank Dr. Gladys West for the invention of the GPS technology. That's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Campbell.
Tax day is the 18th this year.
Yes.
Oh. So I guess you can't use it. She'll be buying her ticket.
The snow that we had a couple weeks ago, a power line was knocked down between my house and the neighbor's house, and DTE said they were going to fix it. Well, they never did fix it, and I waited and waited for them to come, and finally I thought, well, I'm going to call the fire department because DTE's not coming out. The fire department came out, and Nick and Dave, two of my former students, they were on the run, and Brett, they called DTE, and they were there within 5 minutes. They still didn't get it fixed right away, but it did ultimately get fixed, but we couldn't get any action from them, so thanks to the fire department for that. Also to the DPW for cleaning up the branches and limbs that were blocking the alley because people couldn't get through. So thank you for that also. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to mention, if you have social media, please help us spread the word for the ice show with the change in the time. We want to make sure that everyone who had planned to come out on Friday, that they get an opportunity to realize that it's too warm for ice. So the only ice hopefully will be in the drinks of the people walking around our social district. So I also would like to thank Lenny Bertrand and Ashley from AEW. Thank you very much for getting that grant from the state of Michigan, it sounds like. Eagle, okay. We appreciate any kind of dollars that are coming in and alleviate the city budget from those responsibilities of taking care of our drinking water. And I would like to thank Amanda Bowers and Thomas Barnes from TCB Mentoring and also Advancing Macomb for Breaking Barriers. They are working as a team and are making sure that all 3 of our centers are running and are equally programmed. There is not an intentional, I would say, motive to try to not program any of those centers. I know for a fact that all 3 of them are very busy. I'm taking Zumba at Wilson Gym. I've been over at Carnes at many of the activities. We've made a real effort to include Carnes especially. I held my State of the City address there, both of them. So I take great care in making sure that that's not happening. And so I know that Amanda and Mr. Barnes, everyone is doing that as well. So that's hopefully that gives you your point of clarification. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
All those in favor?
Right.
Okay, I was going to say, not all at once. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.